Hi, it's Hazel. Welcome to my channel, Hazel and Aka Design. This is going to be a different sort of video for me and a very impulsive video. It occurred to me as I keep adding items to my shop on the Maker's Market that I don't think I've ever done a restocking video for the Maker's Market. And maybe there are some people who are subscribers or regular viewers of mine who have never even heard the term Maker's Market and have no idea what it is. So this is going to be a bit of a combo video. It's going to be a restocking video in that I'm showing for the first time some of the things that I've just listed in the last day or two. I'm taping this on the November 19th. It will also give me an opportunity to talk about items that I have permanently dropped the price on, as well as some items that are going to be reduced over the Black Friday, Cyber Monday time period. So let us begin. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do this. I've stacked up a bunch of stuff. I will attempt to be somewhat organized. Okay, this is a big pile here. Let's start here. I will be over the Black Friday, Labor Day, Black Friday, Cyber Monday period having this journal that I made last year. It was my first, I would say first deliberate foray into the whimsical style of doing things. And there would be a video that a flip-through video that a person could look for. And of course there are a few extras in the envelope. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It will be on sale if you have been perhaps coveting it up until now. So there's that. Now some of these items you may have seen over the years as I thrifted them. Well, maybe I should do these while I'm here. These are also two journals that I have had listed in the Maker's Market for some time. Oh, I should tell you, the contact information for the Maker's Market is always in my description box. But if this concept is new to you, let me try to use this analogy. Okay, so if you've heard of Angela, the traveling crafter, she, in my scenario, in my analogy here, she is the mall called Maker's Market. And any of us who are approved as sellers are in fact like store owners, storekeepers, vendors within that mall space. And so basically, in addition to being another selling platform, the thing that makes it unique is that it is, well, at this point, obviously the goal is to grow as big as it can grow, like all things in life. But at this particular moment, and for those of us that got in on the ground floor, it is very much a community of people. There are seller resources, there are chat rooms, there's training, the ability to do live sales, and so on and so on. Carol from Crinkled Path is Angela's right-hand woman in terms of answering, tech support type questions and really doing a lot of coaching in terms of working out how to navigate the system. I have to say that when I finally switched to listing items using my phone versus my laptop, a whole new world opened up to me. It is extremely easy, and whatever little, I don't want to say glitches, but some of those add-ons and those perks and those bonus type things that make online platforms even better, are in the works and are gradually being integrated into the back room of the system. So that is all good news. Recently, Angela added a second mall, a strip mall, called Restoration Harmony Home. And some of us are sellers there as well. And that one is more, okay, so Maker's Market is supplies and finished product from a crafting, a maker perspective. The other one, Restoration Harmony Home, is more decor, picking up items to add to one's collection, bath and beauty, fashion accessories, things that you might use that are pretty, that add to your environment. So it's really best to register for both so that you can, and there's no cost or obligation to register, but it allows you to access all of that. Excuse me. So I've listed, these journals have been listed for quite a long time in the Maker's Market venue, platform, store, whatever the word is. And I just had a quick peek through them. And, even though I did them, I guess last year, I think it was last year, they're very indicative of my style and my aesthetic and so on. And I just don't know. I'm still pondering whether or not I should put these two journals on sale just to and there's some extras there as well, to get them, keep the stock rotating, give them a forever home, or if I should just use them for my own purposes. I guess, I don't know. I'm on the horns of a dilemma, so we'll see what happens. But I do encourage you to look at these things, look through the flip through video, examine the photos, do all that, and see if these would be great for you or as a gift this holiday season. So that's it for talking about journals, I would say. Now, I just listed this book. Now, I remember when I did the flip through, this is a mint condition 1960 Silent Secretary, and that was, I guess, a trademark name or whatever from something called Daily Aid. It is a pretty little book. Now, I guess depending on who you are and what you prefer, you may be interested in this, and it cost 47 cents initially. May be disappointed that it only has a bit of writing on 4 pages. Looks like somebody was recording people's birth dates. So Bill was born on November 28th, 1915. You may be disappointed that it doesn't have more in it. However, if you wanted access to using this beautiful book, you may be feeling bad that somebody wrote on 4 pages. The start of every month has some important dates. They have the cycles of the moon. They have a small illustration, and they have a place to enter memos and birthday reminders. And then, of course, there's foxing going on, or, that fading that goes on to paper after time. Oh, I just realized it also has a daily quote. So it has, in fact, a page for every day of the year. the month preceding, the month after. It tells you what day of the year it is and how many days are left. It has a quote, and it has the ability to write down appointments, you know, day by day. Now, of course, this planner could be used as a planner, as long as you don't care that, you know, the number and the actual day of the week don't match up. I went so far because I know that every so often calendars reoccur. Well, unfortunately, the last time that this combination of days of the week and number of the month lined up was in 2016. So we're a bit late for that one. And I'm not sure how many of us will still be around in 2044, which is the next time the cycle lines up. But the book is gorgeous, and it would make a great, you can see that I'm cracking this, I'm opening the pages for the first time. Okay, another book that I just listed, and the only reason I listed this is because I got this copy, as part of an auction lot. It's called The Practical Stock Doctor. I have a copy that has been in my family for forever. Long before I knew anything about junk journals or whatever, I glommed onto that book because I love books, because it's a beautiful book. And, you know, am I going to ever tend to sick animals? No. But those of us that love books, we love them for all kinds of reasons. This copy I have just listed. The cover is embossed. Both covers are embossed. There is a little something happening here. But considering this book is from 1912, it's well over 100 years old. It's got gilt title and a decoration on the spine. And it is a big boy. Now, I don't know what this is exactly here. It's a big boy, 840 pages, a 2 3/4 inch spine. And I think it is in pretty remarkable condition considering the age. There's the copyright info. Now you will notice that there is staining along the edge, and wrinkling. So at some point this book did get wet. If you are a regular viewer of my channel, you know that I absolutely detest the smell of mildew or smoke in books. There are some color plates. There's actually a list of illustrations. There are 213 illustrations. And it covers horses, cattle, sheep, swine, poultry, and dogs, as well as recipes and remedies and information about breeding and so on, a glossary. So there is a lot to be said for this book. This one and another one that I'm going to show you soon, I think are great I'll show you right now, are great considerations if you're, if you love books. Oh, I feel a sneeze coming. Maybe I'll dodge a bullet. Sorry. This book is even older. It's from this particular one. I think I have 4 of these left. This one is from 1853, and it's Punch, and it's skinnier, but it's bigger. Either one of these books, and I've just reduced the price on this one, and this one is pretty affordable to begin with. Either one of these are a great source of old paper and some illustrations, and a time when books, this one has gilt edge pages, and embossing at the back as well. It's a nice blue color. a time when, you know, there was some thought and care and, you know, some craftsmanship that went into designing book covers. So this one has all kinds of illustrations as well. Somebody signed it in 1909. But of course, as I said, this originated in England. Lots of illustrations, big pages, beautiful paper as well. So, you know, these are the kinds of books that you kind of only need to buy once because there's so much goodness in there to use for years and years to come. I also, at one point, I believe it was an auction. I scored a number of these brand new sketchbooks. I don't think I've ever shown them in a flip or, you know, when there are so many listings on a sales platform, it's hard to see every single thing that every single seller is listed. So this is a sketchbook. It says ideal for sketching and writing. It's 8.5 by 11. There are 120 acid-free sheets. It has medium tooth, so that's the sort of the surface of the paper. Of course, all the sheets are blank, they're unlined. They're 70 pounds or 105 GSM, and they have a sewn binding with a ribbon bookmark. And they have this black pebbled cover. Now, because I have a number of them, I have reduced the price on these, and I need to get them into the hands of people who either want to use it for the purpose with which it was intended, which is sketching. A person could use it as a journal to write in, maybe with a little guideline, or if you don't care about, well, I don't know, you probably wouldn't see it through that paper. An art journal, an altered book. Now, because it has sewn signatures, it would be easy to remove some pages or even maybe some whole signatures just to make a little more room to add all those goodies that we tend to add into our art journals or sketchbooks. So if you're in the need of a hardcover book, and you can see how nicely it lies flat, I would invite you to take a look at that listing, because sketchbooks can be very pricey, and to get one with a hardcover is even more, at an affordable price, is even more rare. Now, this is something that I listed, I think, on the Maker's Market. So, and honestly, I forgot that I even had this. I managed somehow, to buy a package of these PVC kind of boxes. Now, these could be storage boxes, they could be favor boxes. I just put that crinkly stuff, packing material in there so that when I took photos, you could actually see something. I also managed to put a muffin in there. Unfortunately, I've eaten the evidence, so you'll have to take my word. Well, no, you could look at the picture. So, obviously, this would come, I would take this one apart. The count is 29 pieces, and it will obviously ship flat to save, obviously, postage and shipping. I think these things have a lot of possibilities for those makers who maybe attend markets, and sometimes, you know, you want to package your goods so that the customer has, you know, so it's easy for them. They don't have to, you know, look for bags or boxes or buy an additional thing in order to present their item as a gift to somebody. So Now, another thing that I've never listed, but I probably should, back in the day, and I'm talking a long, long time ago, I've talked about this before, I did petty point jewelry. So, you know, little souvenir spoons and brooches and all of those things, bookmarks and so on. Itty bitty one thread embroidery on silk mesh. And I did the, we sold them in our store, and I did the market circuit as well. Well, at the time, I bought a number of jewelry boxes. So boxes like this, you know, with the little batting thing in the middle. Bracelet type boxes. I don't think I ever had ring boxes, but these, like these 3 or 4 inch boxes. And they are in a color, they're blue, they're a shade of blue. Anyway, I would like to get rid of those as well. Now, I've never gone to the point of, you know, inventorying them, counting them, pricing them, photographing, listing them, and all of that. Because it would make for a lightweight package, but kind of a bulky package too. So you know, again, I suppose if the price is right, a person would not feel bad about paying the shipping of something that is light, but, you know, has some volume to it. So I guess if you're hearing me say that, and it's maybe you have a jewelry business or you know, maybe you make jewelry for sale and want to be able to box your pieces, you know, you can reach out to me. If you took part in or observed the live sale that Angela did not so long ago, you know that I still have this box of vintage Hallmark Christmas cards. There are 12 of them. You can see they've never been folded, and the envelopes are there in this beautiful little box. And each of these cards has a different recipe on it. So I think I put this in well, let's call it Restoration Harmony Home RHH or Makers Market. Another item that I just put in the RHH is this box of Olivia Care Bath and Beauty bar soap. I don't know how well you can see that with the plastic, the light, the reflective, whatever. But these bars of soap are substantial in weight. They are 15 ounces, so this is almost a pound of soap here. And they come in this lovely box that is, of course, reusable with this little window here. And there's a little divot here for some reason. I don't know what happened there. But this soap was made in France. Can I tell you the real truth about this? Why do I have this, you might ask? Because many years ago, I don't know, sometime after 2012, apparently, my daughter went to France. And this is one of the things she brought back for me. In our house, we don't use bar soap. Now, so essentially, you see where I'm going with this. This is, I guess the claim to fame here is that the soap is made with natural olive oil, and this particular box is mandarin scented. Now, on the back here, it's got a whole history saying that when Napoleon, this was 1805, he appointed this chemist to create a special soap for his beloved wife. So let's just pause for a moment. Have any of our husbands ever commissioned somebody to make soap for their beloved wife? Anyway, the result of this guy's genius is the world-famous Savon de Marseille, the original soap from Marseille, France. The original formula, unique formula, jealously guarded by generations of soap masters, comes to you in a special blend of natural fragrances from the famous Provence region of France. The soap is made from pure olive oil. Some people call it the miracle cure. Rich in calcium and vitamin E, it has been used since time immemorial as a beauty secret for the face and body. So this is in the RHH site. This is a listing that I put together with these, and I'll just hold it still for a second, with these 3 crosses and 2 charms or pendants, no chains. So this one, and you can see how tiny these are. This little guy here is 1/2 inch tall and 1/4 inch wide. Like, is that the cutest thing ever? This one is wooden, this one is beaded, and these two, for the description, I actually was able to see. This one is, no, okay, Infant of Prague. And on the other side, it says, I am always with you. And the Bible verse that came from, or the book that came from. And this one is Saint Anne of Beaupré. I don't know what that means. And it was made in Italy. At the back of it is this cathedral. So this is listed, I think, RHH. Okay, let's keep going here. I have also listed this Quiet Bunny and Noisy Puppy. It is a panel that has 12 of these pages. So a person has a number of options here. Either, build the book as intended and give it to a grandchild or a child, or use these as signature pages in a book, or use them as covers for books. They are winter, not Christmas. Okay, what else? Another thing that I had long before I knew anything about anything, I was making these necklaces. And I was using fabrics and colors that I love, because these necklaces are perfect for someone like me who can't wear costume jewelry. So they're a statement piece, because these beads are probably close to 1 inch in size. The tie is long enough that you can adjust, how much of this will dangle, and is it more like a choker or is it more like a longer necklace? So there are a number of these. You may recognize this fabric. In the 80s, these beads are smaller. In the 80s, where Dusty Rose was a thing, this fabric was used on all my kitchen valances. And because I love the fabric, obviously I bought way more than I needed. Anyway, so there are a number of these. Which reminds me that I was contacted by the I don't know what her title is exactly, but Sienna from District, which is the home of these markets, to do something regarding these necklaces. But she reached out to me during harvest, so we know how that went. Another thing that you may or may not be aware of is that I have these bundles of this reversible 1970 chenille. Now, I have obviously a piece set aside for myself to do something with, but I've drastically reduced the price on these as well because I need them gone. And it seems to me that I would be I'd make this the right side. I'm calling it reversible because I truly believe that it is. Or certainly, if that wasn't the intention, we can do it. We can make it reversible. Another thing that I did back in the day, and have reduced the price on as well, are these canvas aprons. Now these, I call these carpenter aprons because this is typically where you would have seen an apron like this. So they have these 3 pockets. I used fabric paint on them. Of course, there's a tie for around your waist. And I think that they would be, I've used an apron like this, you know, in the garden, like to keep my pruners and stuff and, you know, the things you need to carry around with you. And now, since we can't go anywhere without our phones, it could even hold a phone as well. So there are, okay, so this one is sort of my mantra. A creative mess is better than tidy idleness. So that's one design. This one is more generic. Bits and pieces, thingamajigs, odds and ends. And again, paint, and this is like puffy paint, so there is texture to it. Okay, so this is just a more monochrome version of the Creative Mess one. Oh, and this Feminists Unite. The best man for a job is often a woman. Just saying. Okay, so we have that. Price reduction on those as well. You know, I'm starting to sound a bit like a huckster here, so forgive me for that. You know, almost like a used car salesman or something. New stock arriving daily. Grab it while the deal is hot. But again, I haven't ever talked really in any detail about what I have on the Maker's Market, so today's the day. Now, in this bundle, I've put together 5 pieces of vintage linens. And I have the dimensions in the description box and so on. Maybe I'll start at the bottom. So this is the biggest. And it's a lovely corner design. Now, oh, you know what? I didn't say in the description that there may be small stains. Now, I can see it from my angle that there's something going on here. But if you are who I think you are, and if you're like me, we don't let that worry us, because quite often we don't want the stark white of a piece of cloth anyway. You know, we're inclined to dye it either with tea or coffee or, you know, some of those other avocado or whatever else a person might want to use. Oh, I said I was doing this from the bottom up. So this is hand embroidered. This one, and I can never quite tell, is it supposed to be this way or this way? I think a person could use it however they want. The stems are here, the bow is here, but I think you could use it either way. So this could clearly be a journal cover. There's plenty here. This would be a smaller cover. Or there's quite a bit of stability to this. So I think a person could quite easily cut out some of these bigger items here as focal points and use them, excuse me, as applique. This is lovely, and I just realized that I used it in, where did I put it? That purple journal that I showed you earlier. I used it as a pocket. This is sort of a plummy aubergine color. with green, and it is machine stitched. This is a really lovely soft linen, and this is cross stitch. So again, that could make a small journal cover. It could be a focal point. You know, it could use any of the side pieces. Cut out this center one. Like, I think there are lots of possibilities there. And then this is the final piece. This is the second largest piece. It too is a corner design, and you know, there are English knots, there are French knots, and other like daisy stitches and satin stitch and so on. And this, of course, was hand done. So, and I've got, you know, I think kind of a nice presentation for it also. So again, this is one of those things that would be a good starter pack for someone who's maybe just getting into the whole business. And, or not, when I say business, I don't mean that necessarily as a business. Something I didn't fold right here, so I'll have to fix that up. Anyway, it's a good starter pack. Or if these are just the colors or things that more, you know, a person who's been around a little longer needs, then certainly we know that these linens have stood the test of time, and they would withstand anything you could do to them. Okay, few more things. I also listed this quilt top. I've forgotten what the dimensions are, but you can see that it was machine quilted. It's got all these lovely colors, so pink, blue, gray, and white. It's got this, well, let's find a better picture first. So cute little girl and this wily fox. And I thought it was big enough for a quilt. I mean, for a crib quilt. You'd almost think it is. But when I Googled it, now mind you, maybe that was talking about mattress sizes. I don't know. I believe that there's enough here for a quilt, for a crib, or as a coverlet, or as a little blankie to drag around the house. Or, alternatively, to make journal covers with. Or you know, open up some of these seams and use them as pockets or page edges or fabric flips or anything your little heart desires. So that has been listed at a very attractive price. Okay, last item that I've listed and wanted to show you. Now, I can't remember where or when I got these. I do know that I mentioned them or showed them in a thrift haul video. Now, I was reluctant, I don't think in the description that I said what the fabric is. I would guess that it is a linen, but if it's not, you can see that it's kind of nubby. It has these thread slubs here. It's got this blue border all the way around, so if you have a blue kitchen or like to make a blue whatever. And I'm thinking that this is probably a cat. So on each of these, this was done obviously back in the day when, you know, people used to embroider, you know, things for 7 days of the week. I only have 4 left. I know I'd gifted at least 1 to somebody. So on Monday, you shop. Oh, you know what? I said shopping because I thought those are bubbles. You know, that's not shopping, that's laundry. I'm going to have to fix that listing. And these are big. They're 26 inches by 16 inches, I think. Is this Tuesday? Okay, on Tuesday, she's ironing. And I know I hope I'm not the only one who likes ironing. But look at those bloomers that she's ready to iron or just finished ironing. On Wednesday, On Wednesday, she's mending. That's quite the needle she's got there. I should have known better than having her go shopping. There's sheer drudgery here. And then on Saturday, she's baking, ready to cut into that pie. So these are great, I think. Again, they have lots of possibilities as covers, as huge pieces of fabric that are in wonderful condition. Like this would be great for slow stitching on. This could obviously make a journal cover, or 2 or 3, or just to use them for which they were intended, for the purpose for which they were intended. To wipe dishes. So, one final thing. And I don't know if Lori is going to be watching this video or not, but Lori, if you do, Lori is Lori Edwards from Enchanted Dreams. And if you've seen some of her videos showing her new studio space, you know she's very much a shabby chic, girly girl, feminine. And I don't know, maybe I'm totally wrong here, but I think, and I haven't ironed these yet, so forgive me, I haven't listed them, I haven't priced them, I haven't done anything. I have some cute little vintage baby dresses. You can see how gauzy that is. Lovely. So there are these little pin tucks. There's this embroidery work on it. A tatted hem, no less. So I have to iron this. Oh, and tucks at the back too. What? Oh, no button. A no button a loop. Anyway, I think I mentioned, maybe I was talking to myself that day. I know that part of the shabby chic look is quite often to have tiny little dresses or chemises or slip dresses hanging on the wall as decor because it evokes a certain feeling. So there are these little tiny embroidered flowers at the bottom. Again, forgive me, I haven't ironed. A little, look at that tiny little lace. Could that get much smaller? That's barely a quarter of an inch. So those flowers, these little roses, or yeah, I guess roses, another tiny little trimmer on the neck, a beautiful little button, and look at these little cuffs that have been gathered. Oh, no, they're not gathered. They just were pieced separately. So this little ruffle was just attached. It's not elasticized. So there's that as well. Then there is this one, again with a little lace trim, a bit of embroidery. This has, oh my goodness, the world's tiniest snap. Fancy dancy little, okay, what is this blue thing here? That's like a blue French knot, but why? On either side. Anyway, it's got these little V-shaped sleeves and a scalloped hem with these bits of blue and pink embroidery on both sides. Now, I was thinking about, obviously cutting these up and using them, but it seems to me, and then finally, and I think this has been ironed, this was my latest acquisition, is this huge christening gown. Actually, there are 2 things on this hanger. Well, they wouldn't have been worn together. So I guess, in fact, so there's this one. Now this is old. I don't know if that is, can you see that hole there? These few holes. So I don't know if that's moth damage from back in the decades. Cute little ribbon accent on the sleeve, ribbon here, lace work inlaid there, some smocking. Two buttons and a placket closing. I don't know enough about sewing to know what this is called when you have this sort of feature. Anyway, maybe somebody out there. Whoops, sorry. Maybe I apologize to my flashlight. And again, a scalloped hem with a lace attachment. That is really long. It's, how long is my board here? My mat. It's about 23 inches long. And then this is very sheer. So this, I'm sure, would have been worn over, you know, something else because, for modesty's sake. Lace insert again. Long ribbon. Puffy little cap sleeves. So, and this is very wide. The bottom of this thing is over 2 feet wide. So if I get my rear in gear, I will probably, well, at some point, let's just say that, then I'm not backed into a corner. I will be listing all of these little dresses, because I think that there are probably people out there who would love to have them and who would keep them as decorative elements instead of, you know, treating them like cute fabric to turn into a book. Oh, I didn't realize there was all this down the front. A little stain there. Anyway, guys, I'm going to stop there. I hope that this, if you haven't heard of the Makers Market, I hope it's piqued your interest to the point that you go and check it out. So it's district.net/Makers Market and or /Restoration Harmony Home. And go and have a look at the number of sellers, the number of listings. You know, obviously, I hope you check out my shop and see what some of the new listings are, and the upcoming sale, and the permanently reduced prices are, so that you know, maybe we can help you get some of your Christmas shopping done, or get a few things for your own upcoming projects. Anyway, guys, I appreciate your time. I'm glad if you've stuck with me till the end here. I appreciate that very much. Again, without spelling it out, please look for the video called Announcement for Channel Subscribers and follow directions accordingly. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Okay, we will see you in the next one. Thanks for being here. Bye.